Steelbook lovers are definitely gonna love this edition of Resident Evil. What's good? What's happening, guys? It's Sam, MrBlitztek, and we're going to talk about the Resident Evil Requiem Deluxe Steelbook edition and why this might be the best edition you're going to be able to get your hands on. Now, there is an official collector's edition out there, but it's going to be very hard to get if you're not in the east side of the world. But we'll get there in a mo. Resident Evil is a survival horror game developed and published by Capcom. This is their 9th main game of Resident Evil series following the events of Resident Evil Village that was in 2021. This features a new protagonist, the FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft, who investigates the remains of Raccoon City with the help of federal agent, everyone's favorite, Leon S. Kennedy. This is definitely one of the reasons why I'm coming back to the game, and I just want to see what kind of events are following right about now, because the gameplay and everything else they've been showing us thus far has been looking really good and solid. Players switch between Grace and Leon, who have different gameplay mechanics. Missions featuring Grace are presented in the survival horror style of games such as Resident Evil 7 and 8, whereas Leon's missions are more combat driven, such as games as Resident Evil 4. So I think for me, that's one of the reasons why I want to jump back into Resident Evil. So which they switching up the gameplay between very survival horror and very action driven. And I hope they can really accomplish it here, because Capcom have been doing a marvelous job with Resident Evil's comeback since 7, so to speak. But here is the Steelbook edition. Yes, it looks nice, it looks pretty. I do love the Steelbook myself, and this edition definitely does include the full game. Thank fudge for that, because there have been some Steelbooks out there who don't deliver the game, at least digitally anyway, which is kind of mad. A premium, nice Steelbook featuring the Requiem gun and actually the Requiem events on the back with a newspaper kind of article. A limited edition vernacular card, which is kind of nice still, and obviously your digital content, the exclusive pack of 5 costumes, 4 weapon skins, 2 screen filters, 2 weapon charms, and a whole bunch more. Now for me, this is like 50-50 for sure, because I do love my Steelbooks and I do like what they're kind of bringing here, but at the same time there's a lot of DLC which I don't actually agree with. We're now selling screen filters for DLC, which is absolutely crazy. I think that's absolutely mad. I do like the costumes that they're trying to present here. I'm not sure what the charms are going to do, if you're going to be able to see them on your character for Grace or Leon throughout the whole time playstyle. So that's like a no. I do like the audio pack, but a soundtrack would definitely be better. I don't know where this audio is even going to play on from half the time. So for the price of £80, for me, this is just a no. I would wait personally until this is on sale or something, because if this is like a Steelbook edition, the DLC mainly is just the costumes, especially that you get the costumes from number 8 and so on, especially for Grace, a bit of Leon as well, especially his FBI suit costume. I do like the detective look, but a Steelbook edition with a new game, it's kind of mad. Let's move on to the standard edition, which obviously is just including the game. This is going for £65. So if you add on the Steelbook, it's not much of a jump, to be honest. And like I said, that is mainly just DLC. But the strange thing is, there is indeed, like I said, a collector's edition. This can only be found in Japan, by the way. You ain't getting it if you're in the West. So us in Europe or the US, it's a no for us. But at the same time, this is a very strange collector's edition too. Collector's edition does include the Requiem Deluxe edition, so this includes the DLC that I mentioned before, a Steelbook, which isn't too far different from the one that we're getting in the Deluxe Steelbook edition, an acrylic stand, not a full statue stand, which is nuts that it's saying that separately, with Grace and Leon Kennedy as 1/6 scale figures, and a collector's box, which is just gonna have the game by itself, the Steelbook by itself, and obviously the acrylic stand. Now you can get this on Play Asia for around £80, and this one seems like a little bit of a better deal only because you're getting everything that's in the Steelbook Deluxe Edition, I guess, for the acrylic stand and the collector's box. I'm not sure if you're going to be paying charges to get your stuff shipped. But I just feel like we are getting somewhat shafted, to be honest. It is kind of mad. But I don't understand. I think this is like one of the first times there isn't a Resident Evil Collector's Edition for the main game. Because I'm pretty sure 7 got one and 8 got one. But for some odd reason, we're now not getting one for 9. But yeah, if you like what you see here, let me know your thoughts and feelings on the Resident Evil Requiem editions. Which one are you looking to get? Are you just going to get the standard edition day one? Or are you looking to get one of the editions that they've been showcasing? Maybe a watch, maybe a car, maybe just a steelbook. And if you like these videos, make sure you're liking, subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next level. Peace out, everybody. Trout.